ready for some Miami Heat basketball with Deron Butler on Kendall Sports Network.
And good Monday evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys were having a great Thanksgiving weekend. I sure as well did. I'm Deron Butler, and I'm welcoming you to another edition of Heat Zone Live here on Kendall Sports Network. Tonight, the Miami Heat look to get back on the winning column as they host the LA Clippers in what should be another fun and exciting high-scoring game. James Harden and Kawhi Leonard are in action tonight, as well as Brook Lopez, as they take on Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and former LA Clipper, now Miami Heat scoring sensation, Norman Powell. And here are my three keys for tonight's game. The first key is attack the paint, but also protect it. In Saturday's game against the Detroit Pistons, the Pistons attacked the rim with a lot of ferocity. They exploded in the paint more than Miami did. So even though Miami has the pace and the pace and the flow of the game, they also need to take care of the paint as well. They can't allow the opposition to just do whatever they want at will. So not only do Miami need to be more aggressive in the paint, but they also need to protect it on defense. Second, stifle James Harden. We all know James Harden is a walking bucket, but Miami has the edge in defense, in my opinion, over the Clippers. Yes, the Clippers do have Kawhi Leonard, who has shown some brilliance on defense, but I believe the Heat can definitely provide a lot of mismatches against James Harden to slow him down. Namely, guys like Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware, for example. So if you want to slow down the Clippers' offense, you got to start by slowing down James Harden. And at times, you got to prevent Kawhi Leonard from doing his thing as well. And third and final key for tonight's game is that Miami needs to utilize the transition game in getting to the free throw line. Against the Clippers, we know that you can utilize the transition game on both ends of the floor, on both offense and on defense. So I would like to see that from Miami, plus getting to the free throw line. In Saturday's game against the Pistons, I think Miami got to the free throw line intermittently rather than getting there often. I know Detroit plays a physical game, and that's something Miami needed to exploit. But in a close game like that, they needed more free throws. So here in this game against the Clippers, not only do they need to win the free throw percentage game, but they also need to win the third quarter. Another thing that Miami needed to do more of, going up against the Pistons from Saturday's game. So those are my three keys for tonight's game, and I will be back for the player introductions, the starting lineup, and the opening tip. And we are back. Our starting lineup for the Miami Heat include Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, Tyler Hero, and Kel'el Ware. So that's our starting lineups for the Miami Heat as they get set to take on the LA Clippers. Now, the Clippers starting lineup, Andrew Wiggins and Norman Powell are in the starting lineup for Miami. Kel'el Ware will come off the bench. As for the Clippers, James Harden and Chris Dunn will be in the backcourt duo, and the front court will consist of Ivica Zubac, John Collins, and Kawhi Leonard. So we should have a very interesting, very fun, high-scoring game between these two teams. Yes, Kel'el Ware will come off the bench as the sixth man for Miami. A little last-second decision-making from the Heat. So right now, the players are getting warmed up, and we should have opening tip right away. Both teams giving each other dap. Players already excited for this one. The Clippers win the tip, and here we go for another NBA clash between the Miami Heat and the LA Clippers. Chris Dunn has the ball, gives it to Zubac. Zubac to Kawhi. Kawhi kicks it out. There's a three from John Collins. He misses it. Rebound by Bam. Here comes Davion Mitchell. He gives it to Bam. Bam for three. And Bam Adebayo gets Miami on the board. Alright, here comes James Harden. He's guarded by Davion Mitchell. Zubac sets the screen. And that's going to be an offensive foul on James Harden. So that will be Heat ball. James Harden getting way too aggressive, knowing he was getting beat on defense by Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell kicks it out to Wiggins. Bam sets the screen. Here comes Wiggins, out to Bam. Bam with a turnaround jumper. He misses it. Rebound by Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard being guarded by Bam. Gives it to Harden. Zubac, double teamed. Gives it to Chris Dunn. John Collins going for another corner three. He misses it again. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins with a spin. He misses the basket, but he gets his own rebound. And he gets his own putback. And the Heat are up by 5. Here comes Kawhi Leonard. Gives it to Harden. John Collins sets the screen. John Collins now has the ball. Being guarded by Davion Mitchell. And John Collins gets the Clippers on the board. Here comes Davion Mitchell. He gives it to Bam. To Norman Powell. To Bam. And Bam knocks it down. And the Heat go up by 5 again. Bam now has 5 points in this game. Here comes Kawhi Leonard. He drives into the lane. He misses. Rebound by Bam. Here comes Bam. Line in. And he gets another layup. And the Heat go up by 7. And here comes Kawhi again. Kawhi to Zubac. To Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn finds Zubac, and Bam blocks the shot. Nice defensive effort by Miami. but it will be Clippers ball. Bam knocked that away with authority on that one. And here comes Chris Dunn. Driving into the lane with a spin. Gets his shot blocked. But that's going to be a goaltending on Miami. So 2 points awarded to Chris Dunn. And here comes Norman Powell with the response. But he gets a no-go. Here comes Chris Dunn again. Finds John Collins, but he gets fouled. So that foul is going to be on Davion Mitchell. Chris Dunn being very crafty against Bam, who got there a tad late for the layup, for the block. Clippers will have a side out. Chris Dunn breaks free. Misses the layup, but it was going to be a foul. So that's the second foul on Miami. This one on Tyler Hero. Chris Dunn will go to the line for 2 free throws. Chris Dunn makes the first, and we now have a 4-point game. And Chris Dunn makes both free throws. Now a 3-point game. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins drives it in, and he gets the layup. Miami leads by 5. Here comes Harden. Zubac sets the screen. Harden, that's a 3. That's a miss. Rebound by Wiggins. He gives it to Bam. Bam to Davion Mitchell. Out to Wiggins. That's a 3. And Andrew Chief Wiggins 3 for Miami. And that will prompt an LA Clippers timeout. The Heat looking sharp on offense as they lead 14-6. we are back. Score is 14-6, Miami. And here comes James Harden. Ball stolen away by Davion Mitchell. Here comes Davion, being guarded by Zubac. Davion driving in, kicks it out to Norman Powell. Here comes Norman Powell, gets his shot blocked, and here come the Clippers. Chris Dunn now. Gives it to Kawhi. Kawhi misses that basket. Rebound by the Clippers. John Collins get that layup. And the Clippers trail by 6. And that's going to be out of bounds on Miami, so it'll be Clippers ball. Norman Powell driving in for the layup, but gets his shot blocked by both John Collins and Zubac. And Collins getting the rebound and the putback. Here comes Kawhi. Loses the ball. It's recovered by Davion Mitchell. He gives it to Bam. To Tyler Hero. Back to Bam. Bam with a step back. And he misses the basket. Here comes Kawhi now. Kawhi gives it to Harden. Chris Dunn setting the screen, but he gives it to Kawhi. Kawhi missing that basket. And here come the Heat. Pushing up ahead to Norman Powell. And that's going to be another turnover for Miami. Looks like Norman Powell kind of stepped. Yes, he did. He stepped out of bounds twice. And here comes Zubac. Gives it to Harden. Harden driving in, and he gets the layup. And the Clippers trail by 4. Here comes Davion Mitchell to Bam. Bam knocks down the 3, and he gets it. Bam Bam Adebayo brings the Heat up by 7. And here comes the Clippers. Another block by Bam. But I think that's going to be a foul on the Heat. Like how Bam not only hit that 3, but out of nowhere comes in for the block. So right now, John Collins is at the line for the Clippers. He misses the first. And Jaime Jaquez Jr. is now in the game for Miami. Jaquez missed last Saturday's game against Detroit with a groin injury, I believe. So he's back in the game. And Jaquez inbounds the ball to Davion Mitchell as the Clippers trail by 6. That's Davion. And good night, off night, Davion Mitchell knocks down the 3 as the Heat go up by 9. Here comes Harden. Being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Zubac setting the screen. Ball knocked loose, but recovered by the Clippers. Harden gives it to Zubac. Zubac misses. Rebound by Bam. It is a frenetic frenzy for the ball, and is recovered by Miami. And an 8-second violation on Miami. You gotta admire the hustle from Miami right now. That was a great sequence, but unfortunately, it cost them an 8-second violation. So both teams now with 3 turnovers each. And here comes the Clippers. They give it to Harden. Harden being guarded by Bam. Gives it to Zubac. And Zubac with a nice turnaround layup. The Clippers trail by 7. Here comes Jaquez. Jaquez being guarded by Zubac. Gives it to Norman Powell. And Norman Powell gets the floater. And the Heat lead by 9. Here comes Harden. Zubac setting another screen. Harden being guarded by Bam. Gives it to Kawhi. Chris Dunn, open three. And he knocks it down. And the Clippers are trailing by 6. Chris Dunn so far has 7 points in this game. Ball is knocked loose, but it will be with the Miami Heat. Last touch by the Clippers. That's a little nice sequence. Zubac with a nice footwork. And here comes the Clippers again. Harden finding John Collins. Collins gets his shot blocked, and here come the Heat on a fast break. They got numbers. Wiggins misses it. And it's rebounded by the Clippers. Alright, they give it to Harden. Zubac. And Zubac gets the easy dunk. The Clippers trail by 4 in this game. Here comes Norman Powell. Loses the ball again, and here come the Clippers. There's an open three, but it's blocked by Wiggins. Nice hustle play by Andrew Wiggins. Miami so far has 5 fast break points in this game. The Clippers, 0. Andrew Wiggins will come out of the game. Pelle Larsson will enter the game for Miami. Bam Adebayo will also take a seat, and in comes Kel'el Ware. Alright, Zubac backing down Kel'el Ware. And Zubac gets the layup over Kel'el Ware. The Clippers trail by 2. And here comes Pelle Larsson. Guarded by Nick Batum. Kicks it out to Norman Powell. That's a missed 3. Rebound by Miami, by the Clippers. The Clippers now on a 7-0 run. Harden misses it, but he gets fouled. So 2 free throws for James Harden. Harden makes the first. It's now a 1-point game. And Harden misses the second. Rebound by Kel'el Ware. Here comes Drew Smith now in the game for Miami. They give it to Tyler Hero. Kicks it out back to Drew Smith. Pelle Larsson, corner 3. And Pelle Larsson knocks down the 3 for Miami. And the Heat go up by 4. Here comes James Harden, being guarded by Larsson. Harden for 3. And James Harden will go to the line for 3 free throws. If I said it once, I'll say it again. You don't foul a player when they're going for the 3. So that will send Harden back to the line. Harden makes the first. Harden makes the second. and Harden makes all 3 free throws. So we now have a 1 possession game. And here comes Miami. Larson being guarded, gives it to Hawkins. Back out to Larson, the Hero. Hero to Drew Smith. Drew Smith with nowhere to go, but he gets fouled. And that will prompt a Miami Heat timeout as they lead 25-24. And we are back. Score is 25-24 Miami. The Clippers have been on a run so far. So let's see how the Miami Heat respond. Right now, Zubac is on the bench. In the last few games, he's had a double-double of 18 points and 12 rebounds in just 34 minutes. Right now, the Heat have possession of the ball. All right, here comes Drew Smith. Gives it to Tyler Hero. Here comes Hero. With a step back. He misses it. Miami gets another chance. And Drew Ski Smith knocks down that 3. And the Heat go up by 4. All right, here come the Clippers. They give it to Harden. Harden being guarded by Larson. That's a 3 on the way. And that's a miss. Rebound by Kel'el Ware. Here comes Drew Smith. Smith being guarded by Harden. They give it to Tyler Hero. Back tap by Kel'el Ware, but it's a no-go. And here come the Clippers. Looking for the reverse layup, but it gets blocked by Drew Smith. Here come the Heat. Tyler Hero gets the floater, and the Heat are up by 6. And here comes James Harden again, being guarded by Larson. Harden wasting some time right now. Goes into the lane, misses it. Rebound by John Collins. Hawkins was fighting for the ball, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers, and it will be Heat ball. John Collins does not look happy about that play. Thought he was fouled. Right. Hawkins now has the ball. Drives into the lane. And he gets the layup. And the Heat go up by 8. Here come the Clippers. Rebound by Kel'el Ware, but it's knocked loose. Clippers recover. They give it back to Harden. Harden trying to drive it in, gets stopped. The Clippers miss again. Rebound by Kel'el Ware, and the Heat have numbers. And that's going to go out of bounds on the Clippers. Hawkins was looking for the alley-oop with Pelle Larsson, but it got broken up. Miami right now on a 7-0 run after the Clippers went on an 8-0 run. Right, Drew Smith kicks it out to Hero. Tyler Hero step back corner 3, and Tyler Superhero knocks it down. And the Heat lead by 11. Here comes James Harden being guarded by Drew Smith. Harden still dribbling and wasting time. Now he's double teamed. And the ball is knocked loose and stolen away by Miami. Hero finds Hawkins. And he misses the basket. And that will end the first quarter. The score is 35-24 Miami. The Heat closes this quarter on a 10-0 run. We will be back for the second quarter. And we are back for the second quarter. Score is 35-24 Miami. The Heat went on a 10-0 run to close that quarter. Excellent play as always from the likes of Bam Adebayo and Jaime Jaquez Jr. The Heat have the ball. Drew Smith bringing it up. Finds Tyler Hero. Out to Jaquez. Jaquez gives it to Hero. Back out to Jaquez. To Larson. L.A. Larson drives it in. Nowhere to go. Tyler Hero lets it fly. And Tyler Superhero knocked down that long three from Broward County. And the Heat go up by 14. Here comes Kawhi Leonard. Being guarded by Larson. Gives it to Ivica Zubac. Zubac with the turnaround layup, misses it. Rebound by Jaquez. Jaquez gives it to Hero. Back out to Jaquez. Jaquez missing that layup, and here come the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard kicks it out to... Nope, that's going to be an offensive foul on the Clippers. That looked like an offensive foul on Zubac. Right, the referee saying it's going to be 2 free throws for the Clippers. I'm pretty sure that looked like an offensive foul on the Clippers. Miller makes the first. Right, Jordan Miller makes the first free throw. And Jordan Miller makes both free throws. So the Clippers are within 12. The Heat are swinging the ball around. They give it to Drew Smith. Back to Jaquez. Jaquez kicks it out to Drew Smith, and he knocks it down. And the Heat lead by 14. Chris Paul is now in the game for the Clippers. Zubac with the rebound. Gives it to Jordan Miller. Miller out to Zubac. And Jordan Miller gets fouled again, and he will go to the line for 2 more free throws. Miami so far, they're now on a 15-2 run. Miller makes the first. And Miller makes the second. So it's now a 12-point game. And here comes Jaquez. Jaquez driving in. And he misses the layup. Here come the Clippers. Jordan Miller driving it in. And he gets the layup. Almost got his shot blocked by Kel'el Ware. The Clippers trail by 10. And here comes Pelle Larson. Gives it to Tyler Hero. Out to Jaquez for the corner three. And that's a miss. Another rebound for the Clippers. And here comes Chris Paul. Out to Kawhi Leonard. That's a miss, and that's going to be a foul on the Heat again. Kawhi Leonard will go to the line for 2 free throws. Miami has shot 50% from the field this quarter, whereas the Clippers have only made 33% from the field. Kawhi knocks down the first. Kawhi knocks down the second. So the Clippers trail by 8. Here comes Tyler Larson. And he drives into the lane, but it gets fouled. That one's going to be on Jordan Miller. Larson at the line. Larson makes the first. Right. Andrew Wiggins returning back into the game for Miami. Jaime Jaquez Jr. will take a seat. Tyler Larson averaging 9.9 points this season. A very fast improvement from his 4.6 points per game from last season. And Chris Dunn is into the game for the Clippers. Larson makes both free throws, and we now have a 10-point game. All right, Chris Paul being guarded by Drew Smith. Gives it to Kawhi Leonard. Here goes Kawhi. And he gets the layup over Kel'el Ware. And we now have an 8-point game. Here comes Drew Smith. And the ball is stolen away by Kawhi. And here come the Clippers. Nick Batum now has it. Gives it to Chris Paul. A 3 on the way, and that's Nick the Frenchman Batum. 3 for the Clippers. The Clippers trail by 5. Here comes Tyler Larson. Out to Kel'el Ware. Kel'el Ware comes up with a miss. And here come the Clippers. Chris Paul misses that basket. Rebound by Andrew Wiggins. And that's going to be another foul on the Clippers. This one on Kawhi Leonard. And here come the Heat now. Drew Smith, guarded by Chris Paul, gives it to Simone Fontecchio, who's now in the game. And Drew Smith misses that 3. Here come the Clippers. Chris Paul gives it to Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi knocks it down. And that's going to prompt a Miami Heat timeout. Sorry, that's going to be an and-1 opportunity, as the Clippers are now on a 7-0 run. The Clippers are starting to come back into this one. Kawhi now with 6 points off 40% shooting from the field. Kawhi also needs 7 more points for 15,000 points in career total. And Kawhi knocks down that free throw, so now he's 6 away. The Clippers are now on an 8-0 run, and they are within 2. Miami swinging the ball around. Bam gets fouled. What? No, looks like that's going to be an out of bounds on the Heat. So it'll go right back to the Clippers again. And here comes Kawhi, being guarded by Wiggins. Ball's knocked loose, but that's going to be another foul on Miami. Alright, so Kawhi returns back to the line for 2 more free throws. Kawhi makes the first, and the Clippers retake the lead. And Kawhi Leonard makes both free throws. So the Clippers now lead by 2. Here comes Davion Mitchell. And Andrew Chief Wiggins knocked down that 3. Sorry, Andrew Chief Wiggins making that basket. So we're now tied at 44. My mistake. And here comes the Clippers. They give it to Kawhi. Kawhi missing that basket, but Zubac is there to get the rebound and the putback. And the Clippers retake the lead. Norman Powell 3. And go Norman Powell Ranger. That's a 3 from Miami. And the Heat retake the lead. Norman Powell has 5 points in this game. And that's going to lead to a Clippers timeout. Miami has retaken the lead in what is now a game of runs between these two teams. The Heat lead 47-46, and we'll be back for more action. And we are back. Score is 47-46 Miami. Kawhi Leonard has taken over this game for the Clippers, putting up some big points as well as some free throws. Meanwhile, the Heat has been and grinding it out so far. Kawhi Leonard right now with 11 points in this game. Alright, here comes Chris Paul. Gives it to James Harden. Harden being guarded by Davion Mitchell. That's a step back three. And that's a miss. Rebound by the Clippers. Chris Paul missing that basket. And here comes Bam. The Heat push it up ahead. Here comes Bam. All the way to the rim. But he gets fouled. Alright, Bam goes to the line for 2 free throws. Bam makes the first, and we now have a 3-point game. I'm sorry, 2-point game. And Bam makes both free throws. Now we have a 3-point game. Alright, here comes Chris Paul. Gives it to Zubac. Out to Harden. Harden loses the ball, and here come the Heat. They're on a fast break. Simone Fontecchio to Norman Powell for 3. Rebound by Miami. Recovered by Bam. Gives it to Davion Mitchell. And good night, off night. Davion Mitchell again for 3. As the Heat lead by 6. Davion Mitchell with 6 points. Going 2 for 2 from 3-point land. And here comes Kawhi out to Chris Paul. Chris Paul gets his shot blocked as the Heat go on a 10-2 run. Norman Powell out to Fontecchio. And that's going to be another foul on the Clippers. This one on Chris Paul. Simone Fontecchio will go to the line for 3 free throws. And I said this before. You don't foul a player when they're going for the 3. Fontecchio knocks down the first. Fontecchio misses the second. John Collins re-enters the game for the Clippers. Chris Paul will take a seat. And Simone Fontecchio goes 2 of 3 from the line. The Heat lead by 8. Alright, here comes Zubac. He gives it to Harden. And Zubac comes up with that miss. Here comes Miami. Powell gives it to Adebayo. Here comes Bam. And Bam knocks down that fadeaway. The Heat lead by 10 as Miami go on a 14-2 run. Bam Adebayo already with 14 points, going 5 for 7 from the field. Harden now being double teamed. That's a 3 from Kawhi. And he misses it. Rebound by Bam. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Out to Wiggins. Davion for 3. And good night, off night, Davion Mitchell again for 3. As the Heat lead by 13. Miami now on a 17-2 run, and that will prompt a Clippers timeout. the Heat have been filling it up from behind the arc. But not only that, they're also attacking the rim. Good heads-up play from Bam and Davion Mitchell. Plus, those free throws from Simone Fontecchio helped. Miami leads 59-46. And we are back. Score is 59-46. Miami's been on a run so far. So let's see if they can keep it up. Right now, Bam Adebayo has been leading the way for Miami. But he's gotten some help from Davion Mitchell's three-point shooting, as well as Simone Fontecchio off the bench. Alright, here comes the Clippers now. Zubac being guarded by Bam. Harden for three. Harden misses it. Rebound by John Collins. Here comes Collins. Rebound by Fontecchio. And here comes Davion Mitchell. Fontecchio for three. That's a miss. Rebound by Bam Adebayo. Fontecchio another three. And Simone La Dolce Vita Fontecchio. Three for Miami. The Heat now on a 20-2 run. Alright, here come the Clippers. Zubac looking to drive it in. Misses the layup. Rebound by Miami. Here goes Davion Mitchell. Gives this Norman Powell. And Norman Powell gets the layup. The Heat lead by 18 in this one as they go on a 22-2 run. Here comes Zubac. Gives it to John Collins. Almost stolen away. Here comes James Harden. And it is, nope. That's gonna be a foul on Miami. And I'll be back for a quick second, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. And the Miami Heat continue to swell their lead as they lead 74-48. James Harden now at the line for the Clippers. Harden makes the first. Drew Smith and Jaime Jaquez Jr. now re-enter the game for the Heat. Andrew Wiggins will come out and take a seat. Nick Batum will also come out of the game for the Clippers. And Harden makes both free throws. So it's now a 24-point game. Here come the Heat. Amani Fontecchio being guarded by John Collins. Out to Jaquez. And Jaquez knocks down the pull-up jumper. So we now have a 26-point lead for the Miami Heat. Here comes Harden being guarded by by Jaquez. And James Harden knocks down that three. James Harden now with 11 points in this game. Simone Fontecchio couldn't get the responding three. Alright, here comes Chris Dunn, being guarded by Drew Smith. Out to Harden, back to Dunn. Corner three for the Clippers. They miss. Rebound by Jaime Jaquez Jr. Chris Dunn with the steal. And he gets the layup. But unfortunately that layup was waved off. But we'll see what the referees have to say. It looks very close. Oh yeah, he got it off in time. Chris Dunn got it off in time. So that layup will count. Alright, so the layup will count for the Clippers. And there will be 1.1 seconds remaining on the clock. So Chris Dunn will go to the line for the and one. Alright, Chris Dunn gets the and one. And that will end the first half. Miami ends the second quarter 76-56. You talk about explosive offense during the second quarter. Miami came out firing on all cylinders in that quarter. Not just from Norman Powell, Bam Adebayo, Simone Fontecchio, but also Davion Mitchell was hitting threes, Kyle Larson, Jaime Jaquez Jr. The whole team was locked in. Like from defense, rebounding, all the way to making the extra passes and getting out there on transitional play and fast breaks. Miami right now, this looks like a solid lead. This looks like a big improvement from last Saturday's game against the Pistons. So heading heading into the second half, especially the third quarter, where both teams have lived and died on both ends of the floor. I expect the Heat to continue their momentum in the third quarter and just continuing to be aggressive and dominate. So we should see more of that heading into the third quarter. So right now it's halftime, and we'll be back for more Heat action. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Miami Heat lead 76 to 56 against the LA Clippers. Miami is shooting 57% from the field, a much better percentage than 2 nights ago against Detroit. So right now, both teams are warming up, and we should have action ready for the third quarter. Alright, the players are warming up. We've seen a lot of good 3-point shots from Bam Adebayo, Davion Mitchell, Andrew Wiggins. And they have made 14 3-pointers, and the most and a half this season. So that's a big jump for the Heat. So when the third quarter begins, we should see more of the same from the Heat. Alright, Miami now has the ball. And here we go for the third quarter. Wiggins guarded by John Collins. Out to Bam for the 3. And Bam Adebayo makes it 15 for Miami from 3-point land as the Heat now go up by 23. And here comes Harden, being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Kawhi, he misses that one. Rebound by Bam. Davion Mitchell kicks it out to Wiggins. Norman Powell. And here comes Kawhi. Out to Harden. Zubac has it, but it's knocked away by Powell. Norman Powell last touched the ball, so we'll go right back to the Clippers. Alright, here comes Chris Dunn. He misses that layup. Davion Mitchell kicks it out to Wiggins. Out to Davion Mitchell. The step back 3. And good night, off night, Davion Mitchell again for Miami. The Heat lead by 26. And another recovery for the Heat. And here comes Davion Mitchell. Norman Powell. And go Norman Powell Ranger. That's a 3. Miami is scorching from behind the arc. And that will prompt a Clippers timeout. The Miami Heat lead 85 to 56. The Heat are knocking it up and filling it up from downtown. Score is 85-56, Miami. Alright, and we are back. Score is 85-56 Miami. The Heat have been on a roll right now. They have been scorching from behind the arc. Alright, Clippers will inbound the ball. And they lose the ball, but it was last touched by the Heat. 29 points is the biggest lead Miami's had so far in this game. Alright, here come the Clippers. Miami right now on a 9-1 run. Alright, Clippers are passing the ball around. And the Clippers come up with that miss. And here come the Heat again. Miami had 9 turnovers in this game. The Clippers only 8. And that's another Heat check for Bam Bam Adebayo. Bam right now with 20 points, going 4 for 4 from three-point land. Miami has been scorching so far in this game. And there's a layup for the Clippers. So right now it's a 30-point game. And Tyler Hero drives it in for the layup. And it's now a 32-point game. Tyler Hero with 10 points off 4 for 6 shooting from the field. And that's a missed 3 for the Clippers. Rebound by Bam. And here comes Wiggins. Wiggins out to Bam. Bam with another Heat check, but this time he misses it. Alright, here come the Clippers. And they get the hook. So it's now a 30-point game again. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins out to Bam. To Davion. Norman Powell. Corner 3. That's a miss. And that one goes out of bounds and will remain with the Heat. Here comes Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero with a miss. Here comes the Clippers. And that one's going to be a foul on Miami. This one's going to be on Davion Mitchell. And the Clippers soar for that lob. And it's now a 28-point game. Here comes Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins driving it in. And he gets the layup. Andrew Wiggins with 15 points, going 6 for 9 from the field. Ball is knocked loose and it will go back to the Heat. Right here comes the Heat. Davion Mitchell out to Bam. Bam comes away with a steal. Tyler Hero. And Tyler Superhero knocks down that long 3. He shot that one from Palm Beach County. And the largest lead of the night now swells up to 33 for Miami. Tyler Hero with 13 points, going 3 for 3 from three-point land. And the Clippers knock down that basket. Here comes Tyler Hero. Ball's knocked loose, and it will go right back to the Heat. Hero now at the line for Miami. Makes the first. And Tyler Hero misses the second. And here comes Chris Paul. Has a three on the way for the Clippers. And it's rebounded by Miami. Here comes Davion Mitchell. Out to Tyler Hero for three. That's a miss. Rebound by Davion Mitchell. Andrew Wiggins? No. Rebound by the Clippers. Here comes Chris Paul. Chris Paul. Ball gets knocked loose. Last touch by the Clippers. It's going to be Heat ball again. It has been a sloppy game so far for the Clippers. And Davion Mitchell gets the easy layup. Right now, it is a 34-point game. Great. Clippers looking to find some answers on offense. And there's another miss. And here comes the Heat now. Here comes Bam. And Bam took off like so, trying for that dunk. And the Clippers call yet another timeout. The Heat are still dominating on offense. They lead 100-64. And we are back. Score is 100-64. Miami right now have been on a tear. The Clippers still looking for answers on offense. And they have not found any on defense either. Here goes Chris Paul. And he gets the layup. Chris Paul gets on the board for the Clippers. And here comes Wiggins. Out to Jaquez. To Bam. And Bam knocks it down. And the Heat still lead by 36. Bam Adebayo with 24 points in this one. Chris Paul missing that layup. And here comes the Heat. Davion Mitchell loses the ball, and here come the Clippers. Chris Paul, corner three. And CP3 knocks down that three. Chris Paul so far with 5 points in this one. Here goes Tommy Hawkins Jr. Out to Davion Mitchell. Finds Bam. Corner three. And Bam Adebayo knocks it down. Bam right now with 27 points off 5 for 6 shooting from 3-point land. Bam is feeling it tonight. Right, and here comes the Clippers. They come up with a loose ball. The Heat are of numbers, but the Clippers get it right back. And the Clippers are in fast break mode. And there's a dunk. The Clippers catch a break on that one. But that's going to be a rare one. As Norman Powell knocks it down. Norman Powell so far with 18 points, with 7 for 13 shooting from the field. And the Heat's biggest lead of the night is 36 points. That's a three from Chris Paul, and CP3 knocks down the three. Chris Paul with 8 points off 2 for 2 shooting from 3-point land. Here goes Jaquez, being guarded by CP3. Out to Norman Powell. And go Norman Powell Ranger. That's a three from Miami. Norman Powell so far with 21 points off 5 for 9 shooting from the 3-point land. Miami has been knocking it up and filling it up from 3-point land. CP3 again. He misses it. Rebound by Norman Powell. Here comes Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins flying in. And he gets the layup. It has been all Miami Heat so far. And that one's going to be a foul on Miami. The Heat have been scorching from behind the arc. And right now, there is no stopping this Heat team. Bam Adebayo and Andrew Wiggins will come out of the game. So will Davion Mitchell and Norman Powell. So now we have an easy go-ahead dunk for the Clippers. So right now we have Tyler Hero, Kelly Ware, and Simone Fontecchio on the floor, as well as Drew Smith for Miami. Tyler Hero almost lost the ball. Jaquez now has it. Out to Tyler Hero. Rebound by Kelly Ware. Simone Fontecchio for three. That's a miss. And here come the Clippers. And the Clippers miss yet another corner three. And here comes the Heat. They find Drew Smith. That's a miss. Rebound by Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi with the three. And he knocks it down. Kawhi now with 14 points, shooting 50% from 3-point land. And here comes Jaquez. Jaquez gets his shot blocked. And here come the Clippers. That's a corner three. And they miss it. And that's going to be a foul on Kelly Ware. Clippers missed that free throw. John Collins now in the game for the Clippers. And the Clippers missed both free throws. And here comes Miami now. Tyler Hero being guarded by Kawhi. Kicks it out to Hawkins, to Kel'el Ware, to Drew Smith, to Fontecchio for the corner three. And that's a miss. Alright, here comes the Clippers again. Kawhi kicks it out. Almost loses the ball. And that one going out of bounds on the Heat, so it will be Clippers ball. Alright, here comes Kawhi with a long three, and he knocks it down. So we now have ourselves a 30-point game. Kawhi with 17 points in this one. Clippers right now on an 8-0 run. Here comes Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero knocks it down. Hero now with 16 points off 60% shooting from the field. Here comes Kawhi. Loses the ball. And that will end the third quarter. Miami's offense has been red hot, and this one continues to be a dominant performance for them. The Heat lead 114-82. I'll be back for fourth quarter action. And we are back to start the fourth quarter. Miami leads 114 to 82. Kawhi has the ball. He gives it to John Collins. And here come the Clippers. They give it to Kawhi. Gets his shot blocked by Kel'el Ware. And here come the Heat. Hawkins pushing it up. Misses the layup. And here come the Clippers. Rebound by Kawhi Leonard. Here come the Clippers. And they get the layup. So it's now a 30-point game. Here come the Heat now. Kel'el Ware. That's a miss. And here comes Kawhi Leonard. Being guarded by Hawkins. And that's going to be a foul on Miami. That one's going to be on Drew Smith. Kawhi will go to the line for 2 free throws. That's right. The Clippers will have it side out. Here comes Sanders. Sanders to Zubac. And that's a rebound for Kel'el Ware. Here comes the Heat. Jaime Jaquez Jr. comes up with that miss. And here comes Sanders again. Sanders gives it to John Collins. And he gets a basket. John Collins with 7 points off 30% shooting from the field. Hawkins gives it to Hero. Hero being double teamed. Out to Hawkins. To Drew Smith. That's a 3. That's a miss. And here comes the Clippers now. Sanders has the ball. That's a miss. But he gets his own rebound. And John Collins is there for the putback. It's now a 26-point lead for Miami. On if it's Alright, sorry ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Score is 116-92. The Clippers are trying to make a comeback in this one, going on a 10-2 run, and we have ourselves a timeout. The Heat lead 116-92. Alright, and we're back. For this fourth quarter follow-up, the Heat have clamped down on James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Chris Paul, forcing them with a total of 38 points and 7 rebounds, and Bam Adebayo having himself a night with 27 points and 14 rebounds, and a career high 5 three-pointers made. Not to mention that the Heat have been scorching from behind the arc. So right now, here comes Tyler Hero. Gives it to Hawkhead. Back out the Hero for 3. And Tyler Superhero knocks down the 3 from Miami. Tyler Hero now with 19 points, going 4 for 6 from 3-point land. Here comes Chris Dunn. He gives it to Kawhi. Kawhi being double teamed. Here comes Nick Batum. That's a 3. And Nick the Frenchman Batum, 3 for the Clippers. Alright, here comes the Heat. Drew Smith. And he gets the basket. Alright, here comes Chris Dunn. To Zubac. Ball was knocked loose, and it will go back to the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard comes up with that layup. Alright, here comes Hawkes. Tyler Hero missing that basket. Rebound by Zubac. Here comes Chris Dunn. Here comes John Collins. And John Collins will go to the line for 2 free throws. That foul is on Kel'el Ware. Alright, John Collins missing the first free throw. And another swap for the Miami Heat. Bam coming in the game along with Norman Powell, Davion Mitchell, and Andrew Wiggins. Tyler Hero and Drew Smith will come out and take a seat. And there's another basket for Kawhi Leonard. Here comes Miami now. They give it to Fontecchio. Out to Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins almost lost the ball. Recovered by Bam. That's a three. And Bam misses that one. And here comes Chris Dunn. And Chris Dunn gets the layup. And here comes Miami. Davion Mitchell to Wiggins. Wiggins with the step back. He misses it. Rebound by the Clippers. The Clippers right now on a 17-7 run and make it a 19-7 run. As Kawhi knocks it down and will go for the and one. Foul was on Davion Mitchell. So right now the Heat. Right now the Clippers are chipping away at the Heat's lead. As Kawhi Leonard knocks down that and one opportunity. The Clippers right now on a 21-7 run. So Norman Powell loses the ball, but it was last touched by the Clippers. So it'll be Heat ball. Here comes Norman Powell. And he gets the easy layup. And the Heat lead by 20. Norman Powell with 23 points, going 9 for 15, shooting from the field. Right, the Clippers are swinging the ball around. They give it to Chris Dunn. To Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi knocks down that three. Kawhi now with 27 points in this game. Here comes Norman Powell again. And he gets the reverse layup. That was a nice shot. Norman Powell with 25 points. And that's going to lead to another Clippers timeout. The Heat continue to do work on both ends of the floor. And they are doing it in style. The Heat lead 125-106. and we're back. Score is 125 to 106. Alright, the Clippers have the ball now. They give it to Nick Batum. Out to Kawhi for the three. He misses it. Recovered by Chris Dunn. Here comes Kawhi again. And he gets the layup under duress. Kawhi Leonard now with 29 points off 10 for 19 shooting from the field. Here comes Norman Powell. Norman Powell recovers that loose ball. Gives it to Bam. Recovered by Norman Powell. Out to Simone Fontecchio for three. No go. And here come the Clippers. And that was last touch by the Clippers, so it'll be Heat ball. Alright, here come the Heat. They swing the ball around and give it to Davion Mitchell. And Davion Mitchell knocks it down. I'm sorry, that's Norman Powell knocks it down. And Zubac comes in for the dunk for the Clippers. Zubac now with 14 points off 50% shooting from the field. And here comes Kawhi Leonard. Out to Zubac. Kawhi, and he gets the layup. And that's going to prompt a Miami Heat timeout. The Heat now have a 15-point lead. The Clippers are starting to come back into this one. And we are back. Score is 127 to 112. Miami may have the lead right now, but it looks like the Clippers are starting to make their move. The Clippers are starting to come back into this one. Here come the Heat now. Davion Mitchell kicks it out to Wiggins. Out to Bam for three. And that one's knocked out by the Heat, so it'll be Clippers ball. Alright, here comes Zubac. And that's going to be a foul on Andrew Wiggins. That will send Kawhi Leonard back to the line for 2 free throws. Kawhi Leonard makes the first. And Kawhi Leonard makes both free throws. The Clippers right now on a 19-6 run, but they trail by 13 in this game. And Andrew Wiggins gets that layup. So it's now a 15-point lead for Miami. The Clippers still passing the ball around. Zubac gets the layup. The Clippers now trail by 13. Here comes Norman Powell. Gives it to Davion Mitchell. And Davion Mitchell with a step back. The Clippers now have 62 points in the paint. Miami only has 42. And Kawhi Leonard again goes for the and one. Kawhi Leonard's on fire right now. He has 35 points in this game. That foul was on Norman Powell. And Kawhi makes the and one. And here comes Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero will go for the L1. Tyler Hero right now with 21 points. That was a fantastic play by Hero. Tyler Hero right now with 14 consecutive 20-point games. That's 5 less behind Tyrese Maxey, and of course Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 93 in total. Tyler Hero gets the and one. And here comes the Clippers. Ball stolen away, but it's saved by the Clippers. And here come the Heat again. They got numbers. They kick it out to Tyler Hero. Norman Powell for three. Go, go, Norman Powell Ranger. He knocks down the three, and that gives Miami a 28-point lead. Or 18-point lead, excuse me. Norman Powell with 30 points in this game. And another steal for Miami. And there we see Kasper Giacojunas looking to insert himself into the game as Andrew Chief Wiggins knocked down the three. And that will prompt yet another Clippers timeout. There's a look at Kel'el Ware, Myron Gardner, Simone Fontecchio, Nikola Jovic, and Heat rookie Kasper Giacojunas. Alright, the Heat is going for a group swap. And now here comes Kasper Giacojunas making his official appearance in an NBA game. So the wait is finally over for young Kasper Giacojunas. And there he is, making his official debut for the NBA. Making his official debut for the Miami Heat. All the way from the University of Illinois, Kasper Giacojunas. Here comes Kasparas Giacojunas. He's bringing it up to the floor. Myron Gardner. That's a corner three for Miami. That's a miss. Here go the Clippers now. And that's a rebound for Kelly Ware. He gives it to Giacojunas. Giacojunas driving into the lane. Ball's knocked loose and stolen away. But it's recovered by Miami. Here goes Myron Gardner. Gives it to Giacojunas. The layup. He misses it. And that's going to be out of bounds. And that's an alley-oop for the Clippers. And that will do it. The Heat come away with a big win. 140 to 123. In a game where Miami needed to bounce back after a close yet tough loss to Detroit Pistons on Saturday, the Heat needed that one, and they needed it badly. I mean, where to begin with this one? Even though this was evenly matched and you had the Clippers going on a run where they had the lead for at least a few minutes, Miami started to make a comeback late into the first quarter, and then once the second quarter started, it was all Miami, and they didn't look back ever since. From Bam Adebayo and Norman Powell hitting threes, Tyler Hero driving to the lane, and even the bench getting some points of their own. This Heat team got back on the right track. But not only that, they had a huge 36-point lead, which ended up being dwindled down to 17 by the end of the game. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, he carried the Clippers by himself. I mean, the Heat stifled James Harden like I had predicted they would do. And even though Chris Paul had some good moments, those moments were kind of fleeting. And especially when now this is his last season in the league. But another good highlight is Kasparas Giacojunas getting his first minutes, or rather seconds, in his official NBA debut for the Heat. And Giacojunas looked like he was more than ready to let loose on that floor. Even though he missed a few layups, I definitely see some flashes of what could be some brilliance for young Kasparas Giacojunas. You never know with this guy. Even though he came in with garbage time, I say let him develop, let him learn, and when he's ready to cut loose, watch out. Yes, Kasparas Giacojunas wanted that basket so bad. I wanted it. I wanted that for him too. And Hellbeast 183 said that game was easy money. You are right. That game was easy money. But I would say not only was it easy money, but it was a convincing win for the Heat. Even though they lost to the Pistons, who are top of the East, regardless of the fact, that team can still prove they can play against even the best and the worst of them. So right now, I'm going to continue to say that this Heat team is for real. Continue to give them their flowers this season. To all non-doubters, non-believers, to all doubters, non-believers, now is the time to give the Heat their flowers before it's too late. I don't want to hear, oh, I was such a Heat fan from the beginning. Oh, I knew these guys had it in them. Come on now. Give this team their flowers before it's too late. This team is showing you how they can win it all and how they can continue to improve and strive towards a higher goal. We're already in the month of December, and for Heat fans, Christmas came very early. The pace in the Florida game was sustainable. It was phenomenal. I definitely saw a lot of great things out there, not just from our starters, but also the bench. They definitely proved that they can really dictate the tempo of any game, whether they can grind it out or just go fast. Right now, the Miami Heat, not only are they deep, not only are they fun, but they are must-see basketball. If you are a fan of true basketball, real basketball, then you should be paying attention to the Miami Heat right now. Win or lose, if you are a fan of real basketball, like hardcore, just well deep into the sport, a fondness, an appreciation of the sport, you should be checking out the Miami Heat. You should be checking them out right now, because this team is showing you just how versatile they can be and just how lethal and deep they are. No other team can ever say that. Well, except for maybe teams like Oklahoma City, Denver, Detroit, New York. But other than that, this Heat team is on point. For the Heat, Norman Powell led the way with 30 points. Tyler Hero and Andrew Wiggins each had 22 points. Well, Andrew Wiggins also had 9 rebounds, flirting with a double-double. And speaking of double-doubles, Davion Mitchell had 16 points and 12 assists. I mean, Davion Mitchell was going off from three-point land. And so was Bam Adebayo with 27 points and 14 rebounds. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard carried the load, led the way for the Clippers with 36 points and 7 rebounds. Chris Dunn had 12 points. James Harden, who I know usually is a walking bucket, he had 11 points. John Collins and John Collins and Kobe Sanders each had 10 points, and Ivica Zubac with 16 points and 13 rebounds. Not bad for a double-double. So a very big win, a very convincing win for Miami, and they come up big. So next time we see the Heat, they will be on the road in a rematch against Cooper Flagg and the Dallas Mavericks. Again, the Heat will be on the road heading to the Lone Star City, Dallas, to take on the Mavericks, led by Cooper Flagg. That game starts Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on FanDuel Sports Network Sun and NBA League Pass. Again, Heat Mavericks, Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. on FanDuel Sports Network Sun and NBA League Pass. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in to Heat Zone Live. This one was a very fun game. From start to finish, the Heat went off, and they went off in a big way. And yes, thank you, Hell Beast. Yes, this was a great stream. This was a great stream indeed. So we definitely had some great moments right there, including the debut of Kasper Jakajunas. I can't wait to see more of him. He looked very eager. He looked very fast. Definitely has a lot of potential. He definitely has a lot of potential, and I love that. I mean, you just love to see a young guy get after it and make some big waves for himself. So again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. And all I gotta say is take care of one another, look out for one another, be kind to one another, love each other, show gratitude and thankfulness. Always be there for someone when no one else will. And make sure they reciprocate the same feeling in return. Because you never know when that day comes. I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run through the paint. Take care. Love you guys. Love each and every one of you. God bless. And as always, go Heat. Take care, and hopefully see you guys on Wednesday.